Good evening, and we'll call the meeting to order, and I have to get my notes up in front of me. Um, so the first thing we need to do is Pledge of Allegiance, and I've got that in front of me as well, so I don't get it wrong. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Bill, do we have any public comment this evening? There's no public comment, so we will move on to the approval of the minutes from December. We'll start with December. Emily, I think
We need to add Emily to the I'm here because I mixed up the names. So I think I had Olya gone or she was present and absent at the same time because it should have been Emily. Yes, in December. Yes. So that's a change.
okay. So if Emily, you weren't there for December, correct? Is that what I'm hearing?
Right.
You were. Okay. So then we won't be able to vote on that particular one since you weren't there. But we can approve the March ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are there any changes or amendments to the March?
There's one change for me.
Okay.
You approved the minutes. It's supposed to say 12/17/24, and it says something else.
Okay.
I can't even read my own cryptic notes here. Approval of minutes. Right, so it says approval of the December 17th minutes was tabled until March, but that was the March meeting, so it should say June. That's my
Got it. Got it. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
So moved.
Nope. I think I heard a first and a second, so I think we're good.
Yep.
And all in favor? All right. Great. Take care of the business first, right? Man, I get too many screens open. We'll move on to any questions, comments regarding the director's report. Cheryl, if you want to just say a few words and then we can, if anybody has a comment, they can comment.
A few words. Let's see. Well, so it's the end of the school year ended. We had a very successful year with new programs implemented and with our the Trumbull ARPA funding that grade 4 program for every school that worked out really well. And we got funding to do that again from Henkel in the next school year. So that's great. Let's see what else. So summer's coming up. So we're having 13 lighthouse field trips. Plus we're having Strong Start, 2 preschool locations come to us. We're going to Goddard School and 2 tutor times for in-school programs. Plus St. Paul CDC is coming to us, and we're doing a new accessible nature exploration program for Hartford Healthcare, St. Vincent's Special Needs Services. That just happened, so it's not on your the report. So that will be one time several years ago they came to us, but this year we're going to them. So we made a custom program for them.
That's great. I just want to jump in that my children both took field trips at TNAC this school year, and Noah loved the fourth grade program. He came home talking about it, very enthusiastic, really understood complex concepts, which was enlightening at the dinner table. Thank you. And the second grade field trip I got to go and witness and be a part of that, and it was just such a pleasure for our family. So thank you for everything you do, Cheryl and Kevin.
No, well, thank you. I'm good. Thank you for that feedback. Yeah, we do post field trip surveys to the teachers, and everyone that responds gives us stupendous reviews. So, it's nice to get that, nice to hear that and know that we're making a difference. So, yeah, because without the programs that we provide, they wouldn't have that. Things would be different. They would be without that environmental STEM education, which is so important. So let's see. Yeah. So yeah, we have community partnerships. We're not going to be at Trumbull Day this year. They have decreased their nonprofits and vendors that are participating, which actually is fine with us, because when families bring their kids there, the kids just want to focus on the rides and the food, and it was our least impactful day. So, but we have increased our presence in other locations, like the 2 farmers markets and the arts festival and the fall festival and the Madison Middle School health fair. So we're okay with that. It's fine. There are better ways to reach out. Let's see. Yeah, we participated in the BRBC Engage and Grow event. That was pretty cool over at the Harbor Yard Arena. Yeah. Let's see. So we did get increases in grants. The Cashlon Foundation for the past 2 years, they gave us $20,000 a year. This year I asked for 20,000 plus an additional 10,000 for operational costs, and they granted that. So we're happy about that.
Cool.
And the Worth Foundation, they had given us $1,200 for 3 years, then $2,400 for 2 years, and now this year they gave us $5,000. So yay. It's a challenging time given, the circumstances with nonprofit funding being clawed back or not awarded at all. So there's steep competition for private foundational grants. So we're taking on that challenge and see how it goes. I don't think I mentioned this in my report because it's still not confirmed, but we were told that there is money in the state budget for TNAC. I don't see that reflected in the final budget that I reviewed. I reached out to our senator and she said, "Oh, we're happy to tell you that it is in there." I still haven't seen it. So once it's signed by the governor, I'm going to reach out again to see exactly, did we really get the money? And if so, under what line item is it? Because we're not specifically called out.
Okay.
Let's see. So we're planning on fall programs. We're waiting to hear on grants that will possibly fund it. There's a couple of building issues that you see up in the top that have not been addressed. So, I don't know exactly what to do about that, but.
So when I was on the property, there was no gutters and the flashing is still not addressed.
Right. Yeah, they when they put in the roof, they didn't put gutters, and the flashing, it was repaired in the back and then it fell off, but the town repaired. And then there's another piece that fell off on the side of the building, and there's bent in the front of the building. And then I don't think I mentioned the faucet. Oh yes, I did. There's the faucet, the spout in the back is still not working correctly.
Yes. It was communicated that in order for them to turn off the water, you have to go into the basement to turn it on and off.
Yes.
which is really not functional when you're in the middle of a field trip.
And besides that, when we have like Kennedy Collective comes and Goodwill comes, they use the back hose, and I can't reach that high to get to that spout, honestly, and I'm not going to break an ankle standing on a chair. So that's problematic. So it has to be left on, and then you just turn the little, Kevin, I don't know if you're there or not, you just turn the little valve to one side, but it's going to constantly leak, and we told the town, I don't know. There's that. And then shortly before this meeting started, a couple hours ago, I sent a link with drawings.
Yeah, and I think that we'll get to that in the next point.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good to see the community partners increasing and having that's really nice to see. Has any of that, having people come in and do that community partnership led to any increased fundraising at all for you?
Has it,
Yeah. Yes,
so
no.
I mean, so Henkel gives us $10,000 a year,
Yeah.
not automatically, but it just worked out. They support what we do, and then Henkel provides the funding for the materials used on their day. They're coming this week. Hopefully they'll still come. It's supposed to be hot. Oh God. But yeah, they're giving $500 towards supplies on that date. So it's minimal. I mean, I make connections like with the BRBC. I spoke with a couple of people that I've been reaching out to
Yeah.
seek that funding. We are still waiting on an M&T grant. It said submitted, and a First County Bank. That's also pending. I have not heard, so I don't know. It's frustrating. So no, could there be more? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if Kevin wants to talk about it if he's there or not, but we had he led the Sustainable STEM high school program that wrapped up. It was he's reporting to the Patriots tomorrow night, but there were 19 participants, and they worked on sustainability plans, and each one was awarded scholarships, and that was all paid for by Henkel. And then they gave more money for it for the next school year. So it's going to be kind of revamped and then re-implemented. So that's good. Oh, and then, so for the summer, we are hiring 6 Trumbull High School students to help with the field trips. We're having a training day coming up at the end of June, and then I just send out their schedules to work at all of our field trips. So that's
Very cool.
a good connection there. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I see all the moms on the moms pages saying how hard it is to get their kids for the kids to get jobs. So I'm glad that we were able to do that, help a little bit with that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cheryl, to answer your question, I could send that report well, it's not quite done, but I've written up a report on the sustainable STEM. As soon as it's done, I can forward it to the commission.
Great.
Can I jump in? I just want to return back to the flashing and the lack of gutters on the building.
Yeah, I was going to address that next.
Yeah, great.
Well,
So as a role, oh, sorry. Do you want to go now or?
No, if there's no other comments on the report, we can go ahead and just address that the building issues. And Emily, go ahead and finish your thought.
I'm a bit concerned about the lack of gutters and the potential issues as it relates to the integrity of the building, especially when you're talking about over time. It's not just the water runoff that could pose issues to the foundation. It's also, the more immediate issues to the fascia or the wood underneath. And if we're commissioners of the town, that this is something that needs to be deeply communicated to the town, that this is something that needs to be addressed. And so I just want to open it up to some problem solving here. and also open up next steps so that we can get this properly addressed. Without having proper drainage, it can even cause issues inside, when
Right.
coming in the building.
Um,
Not to
in-
mention the water, right? Like the hose that we need for our programming to sustain. So
Mhm.
In the report, it says that the town was notified. Do we know what day or around when when they were notified?
I did that twice. Let me see here. Dimitri. Flashing, April 28th.
okay. With these torrential downpours, it's just not. It just feels silly to not address it and not to get an action plan and in place. Cheryl, would you and Jack, would you be open to an email to the George Estrada or
I-
and
Yeah, I think that that's probably the
Cheryl
best next step. Yeah.
reach out to? Cheryl, would you like to reach out, or would it be best if we reach out in
I
collaboration?
think it's
with
George.
Jack?
I think it's Dimitri, honestly, or both. I think it's Dimitri.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if we include both of them, I'm sure they'll
yeah.
find the best person to.
Yeah. And then just copy the commissioners on that email.
Mhm. Email George and re-email George and Dimitri.
So there's three issues, right? The flashing, the gutters, and this leaky. Is it the spigot itself that's leaking on the outside of the building?
Yeah, I believe it's a
Doesn't-
spigot. Is that correct, Kevin? I think it's the spigot. Yeah.
The spigot doesn't turn on and off. You can't turn it off from the outside, so I think the spigot needs to be replaced.
Yeah, we thought we had repaired it, but no, it didn't.
Or a valve, I don't know. I'm not a plumber.
Yeah, the valve doesn't turn off.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when it comes to the flashing, or fascia is what's missing. I think there is a piece of flashing on there, but it should be fascia. It's like the thing that covers the board. If you redo the gutters, you'll redo the fascia. You should. It should happen that way. Because it doesn't make sense to leave exposed wood.
Yeah. And that
Can
wasn't
offer
part of
support by drafting something. Helpful.
that wasn't part of the original, like usually they do that when they do the roof, so that wasn't included in the roof when they
That's-
did the roof.
I would have expected that too. So,
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we just need to get those three, get their attention, send that email, and then we'll just keep following up.
okay, I'll CC the Nature Commission.
And then what's a reasonable expectation in terms of to hear back? Because what I'd like to see, if we don't hear back like within 2 weeks, we need to send that email again.
Yeah, if you're asking me, like 3 days, but 2 days.
3 days.
I do fast things. I do things quickly, not even 3 days. So
Maybe we'll give them five business working days and then send the email again.
okay,
And then yeah, and I mean you could even say if we don't hear back, we'll reach out again in 5 days or something.
yeah. Okay.
The next thing on the old business is the architectural plans.
Yeah.
Have we all had a chance to see them? They're pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they
Yeah.
make a pretty drawing.
I
So
love
it's conceptual. However, it's based on reality. It's based on the input that we gave them. There are actually layout plans, but they're so different that I didn't share them at this point because we don't have cost estimates. The drawing that you saw has the ramp inside the garage, which limits space in the garage. But it's the most cost-effective version. There's another version that has the ramp, because there always has to be a ramp whenever it has to be equally accessible for everyone. The new space. So the second drawing has the ramp. You have to build out the building in order to include that ramp inside. So it's like a separate vestibule, covered vestibule roof. It's like going to be a lot more money. And then when we met with the cost estimator, we talked about a third option, which would be to have which we didn't even talk about, we don't even have a drawing of, have a ramp similar to what we have in the front, an outside ramp to put it on the back of the building, to reconfigure that to go inside. So the estimator is going to be costing this job out 3 ways. And then, there's vaulted ceiling versus not vaulted ceiling. We did, so this is not the first color rendering. The first color rendering had a lot more of that wood-like, it's not actual wood, but it's a wood-like substrate. And he had a lot more of it in the roofing, the ceiling, in the vaulted ceiling. And I said, that's going to be too much money, take it out. So unfortunately it looked nice, but it would have added a lot to the project. That's why in the ceiling that you're seeing has the white and with the exposed, the faux beams
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
Okay.
But it isn't wood where you're seeing all around, because it looks like expensive wood. It's not. It's more like that. I'm going to say Trex, but not Trex. Something that's like a more fabricated material that's used in buildings now.
Is it
It's not like vinyl siding, and it's not brick, and it's not wood, but it's something else that's fabricated, and it's commonly used. There's windows in that drawing to add daylight and open up the space. Was told, he was saying something like you have in grocery stores, like aluminum frames and like the big windows in front of grocery stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other drawing had so all right, so my bottom line is on this is that the whole main floor would be for visitor use, and then the basement would be used for internal use for prep areas, because that whole prep area, the whole garage, offices, all gone, would be down in the basement, and I want that to be usable. There'd be a small kitchenette, no oven, anything like that, but maybe microwave, refrigerator, two chairs. But one of the drawings, the more expensive one, has an office, the other one doesn't. So yeah, everything, it really hinges on having that space downstairs, which we don't have a drawing of. We don't have all the views. I asked for more views, like to see the back hallway, because this would include, oh, you didn't see that in there. So it would include 2 bathrooms with 2 stalls each. So that would double our capacity that we have now.
Okay. When do you expect the cost estimates?
So we just met with them last week. I think it's supposed to be, they didn't give us a solid date, but I think in July or August, I think they could.
Yeah, I'm just really curious.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
all exciting, but it's all a matter of getting in that 5-year plan and what the priorities are for other buildings. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Totally understand.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, we'll see.
I
Great.
have a question orienting myself to the pictures. I'm looking at the third to the last, the one with the seagulls and the crow and the crab and the rabbit. Is that like as you enter, are these 2 spaces 2 examples?
Okay, I'll show you. I have to pull them up. So one moment, please.
Yeah, if you pull them up and you want to share your
My
screen.
screen.
Maybe.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Let's see here. Shared drive rendering. Okay. Concept. Got it. Okay. Pulling up. All right. I got it. One sec. I think I have to download it. Okay. Let's hope this works. All right, my Acrobat X. So. Okay. Okay, let me share my screen. Let's see if it will let me do that. I hit share. Would like to record. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. So
that's fine. So your question, Emily, was about the one that had the seagulls in it.
yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't.
the two
So this,
pictures
okay. All
with the
right.
children. I mean, the one that says the Trumbull Nature and Arts Center,
Oh, okay.
but
So
that's the right building as that right room as you walk in. But the
so
other
this
two pictures, I just couldn't really place in the building.
okay. So they would be knocking out walls. The one with the birds and the rabbit, that's the fireplace room, and the room that has a fireplace and the room that has the piano in it. The wall that's between them would be knocked out, so it'd be one long room with that vaulted ceiling.
Okay.
So you could see that, you could tell because you could see the pond in the windows to the right.
Yep.
Okay, and then the other one with the logo, that's the garage.
Oh,
Um,
oh, okay. Okay, so now I see that. Okay.
yeah.
And then this room with the railing.
The room. Oh, that's the one. That's not. That is a covered ramp.
Oh, also in the garage? Question.
No. What?
Where was that?
Wait. So the room with the railing where it has the TNAC logo, it has the chalkboard "Hello Summer," and
Yeah.
yeah, that's the ramp. The accessibility ramp.
And that has yet to be
One
made.
room. What?
Where is it? Where is that located on the current building?
As you drive up to the garage, it's the wall facing the driveway.
Oh, okay. All right. All
You could
right.
see the trees outside and the
Okay. I love the modern look and the lights and everything. I expect especially like the holographic tree.
yeah, I just all those design elements, that was the architect took some license there. I didn't ask for any of that. So I did say put that our logo on there, but I said I wanted it modern, light, and airy.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Pick.
Yeah, I didn't want like a log cabin. Like the first thought was like a log cabin, like old-fashioned nature centers. No, I said no. I don't think that's thinking forward thinking, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. So what are in our regards, we have running towards the fall. What exactly are the next steps on getting on the 5-year plan? Are there communications that need to be outlined?
That's gonna be up to George. Everything is like we're doing all these steps, but
Mhm.
George has to give the go ahead. I mean, he said that once we get cost estimates, then we have to go to the town and say
Mhm.
what's needed for money. Then that's supposed to be this fall, but I don't have dates, any information, anything like that. Once I find out, I'll let you guys know, but I don't at this point.
If you need any support when it comes to the proposal, or any cover letters, please reach out, and
Okay,
more than willing to work on in tandem with everyone else.
thank you.
Are there any other questions about the new building or the renderings or the process? Okay. The third and fourth item on the old business was grant opportunities, but I think you kind of covered most of those when you were talking about um, your report. The letter to the representative that was there, did that go out?
Oh, yes, it went out. We didn't hear back.
Okay. I wasn't expecting we'd hear back, but it's just nice that it did go out.
It
Um,
absolutely,
yeah. And that's all the old business. Is there any new business other than our next meeting? Oh, okay. That's easy then. So the proposals.
wait, Barb has something to say.
I have
Wait,
Oh,
something.
Barb had something to say.
Your September 16th meeting falls in the middle of my trip to Ireland and Scotland.
Okay.
So
Sure.
we can leave it in September and I can try to find someone else to take the minutes. Or we could, over the summer, find a different day.
When are you back from Ireland?
I am back. I am gone from September 4th to the 21st.
I'm just gonna throw out that Rosh Hashanah starts on the 22nd.
So, yeah, I'm thinking that because in the fall we might be having to present to town council, et cetera, I think it may have to be sooner than later. I'd rather it not be so late.
Can it be in August?
Well, I might go on vacation in the end of August.
Barb, when did you say it? I know you just said it, but can you repeat
Uh,
your?
I'm leaving September 4th. So we could do the 2nd,
Mhm.
September 2nd. That's the day after Labor Day.
I'm okay with that.
Um, I think I have a conflict on that day. Is it possible to do the third, or is that pushing it too late?
The Wednesday, so she might have other.
You might have other meetings.
I don't at the moment.
Oh,
That's the
It
date.
just means that you have to have a really quick meeting, so I get the minutes posted before I leave.
Mm.
But I could do that. I'll stay up late for you guys. Sorry to put this wrench in the schedule.
August 26th is the first day of school, so I will absolutely be in Connecticut. Was anyone available on August 26th?
the
I think
26th would work for me, but
I'm gonna be
Cheryl
on
said you're going on
vacation.
vacation.
I think I'm gonna take that week off. I don't know if I'm going anywhere, but I think I need a vacation.
Okay, so September 2nd.
Actually, if we could do the third, it would work
Or
better.
no, Jack said
Oh.
he can't do the second.
Yeah.
It would be a Wednesday. Is that okay?
Wednesday, is that okay?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Okay.
Um,
Are there any other comments, questions, concerns? Anybody want to bring anything else up? All right. Then can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. We'll try to keep the meeting in September short. But I think our meetings are pretty short already.
Yes. Yeah.
And I will email the town. And so, do you want me to CC every nature commissioner or just?
Well, Emily and I for sure, but I think it's probably best if all three of us are copied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Karen. Yeah.
Will do.
All right.